6 a.m. So that's why I'm jealous now, Matt Riddle.
Yeah, well, it's I had kids and then I was waking up early all the time, but then I got the kids kind of on my sleep schedule and they have school. So I got like they stay up a little later, they wake up a little late. It works out. I got a schedule, I got a plan. So it's good.
Oh, I love it. Okay, so I need a few seconds to translate to the fans. Is that okay for you? Perfect. Gente, pues estamos hablando ahorita acerca de cómo es que se despierta, o sea, a qué hora se levanta, cómo es su mañana. Y resulta que la neta es que está cañón, porque se levanta a las 11:30 de la mañana. Y dice que su mañana es la noche. Y que él no se puede ir a acostar sin la panza, o sea, con la panza vacía. Así que le gusta un poquito de leche, con la galletita, que con no sé qué. ¡Pum! Eso es una mañana para Matt Riddle. ¿Qué tal? Porque le gusta muchísimo jugar con videojuegos. Antes, o sea, como tiene niños, pues antes se despertaba más temprano, pero ahora ya dijo, Nel pastel. Yo lo que quiero es que estos morritos se despierten a mi hora y ¡pum! Todos se van a despertar a esa hora. Yo quiero esa vida de Matt Riddle. I want that kind of life that you have now.
Well,
11:30.
I'll tell you this. It wasn't all like this. I used to do a lot of hard jobs. I was roofing, I was landscaping, I worked at this store called the Bonton. It's like a not as good Macy's. It's like a
Yeah.
crappy Macy's. And I worked jobs, but I worked out a lot too, and I fought in the UFC. But I finally worked hard enough where now I wrestle in the WWE, which is crazy stressful up here and physically demanding. But I feel like it's what I've trained my whole life to do.
Ooh, sweet.
Sweet indeed.
A ver, gente, pues decía que la verdad antes no era así, o sea, ahora ya es otra cosa porque ahora Riddle ya tiene otro tipo de vida. Entonces, ahora, a pesar de que es mucho más demandante en la cuestión de la cabeza, lo que tiene que hacer, y también en el cuerpo, pues esta cuestión de levantarse más tarde como que lo compensa, porque antes sí tenía que levantarse mucho más temprano para entrarle súper duro a la entrenada. Entonces, ahora lo sabemos. And, okay, so I want to know about your first meal during the day. Which kind of meal do you prefer?
Well, it depends. Sometimes, are we talking about first meal after I wake up?
Yeah?
Yes, okay. First meal after I wake up. Well, because I usually eat so much food in the middle of the night before I go to bed, I usually wake up and I don't eat till probably dinner time. Because I don't wake up till noon, so then I usually don't eat till like 6 or 7 o'clock.
Oh
So I
my God.
fast. I fast all day. I just hang out and work out and do whatever. Play, ride dirt bikes and stuff. But that's what I do. I fast all day. I'll drink water or
Yeah.
juice or milk, but I don't really eat that much. Not saying I never will, but 9 times out of 10, I'm not eating, until dinner time. And I look at it like this. I look at my body like it's a car, right?
Yeah.
If I drive my car, I fill it up with gas. Well, if I don't drive my car, I won't go to the gas station and just overfill it, right? But for
Yeah.
some reason, people overfill their bodies all the time. Like, I got to get my 3 meals in. And it's like, do you? Do you really? Maybe you skip a meal or two if you've eaten enough calories to make up for it. So me, especially depending on how much I eat or how much I work out, will depend on what I eat, how much I eat, and when I eat. But usually, I don't eat till probably like 7 o'clock at night.
Wow. Okay. But your body is amazing. So I think it's a really good mindset, really. It's good. It's great.
Thank you. Yeah,
Great.
I've been doing it ever since I was a little kid. I would wake up and not be hungry, and then I'd get home from school and I'd just eat like all night, and then I'd pass out, kind of like a gremlin. And then I'd wake up in the morning, be like, oh, I'm not hungry, go to school, do my thing, come home, eat. So, yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Gente, Esta forma de pensar, la neta, es que está bien locochona, es completamente distinta a todo lo que habíamos visto. O sea, básicamente él me dice que no come hasta en la noche. O sea, él no come hasta la noche. Entonces es una cuestión de que pasa en ayuno hasta que su cuerpo se lo pide, como 7, 8 de la noche, y se hace una comida pesada, porque él piensa que su cuerpo es como un coche. Entonces, su coche, su auto necesita gasolina, y él le va a dar gasolina solamente cuando tenga, o sea, cuando ya esté bajito cuando lo necesite, pues. Entonces me estaba diciendo, hay muchas personas que dicen que tienen que comer 3 o 4 veces al día. ¿En serio tienes que comer 3 o 4 veces al día? Él come hasta las 7 de la noche y es algo que ha acostumbrado así toda su vida. Y ¡pum! Core Power que tiene Riddle. Entonces eso está bien chido. So, bro, I've been listening a lot of stories about why Riddle wrestles without shoes. But now that I have you here, I want to know the ultimate truth about this. Can you explain that, please?
I sure can. Okay, so I don't wear shoes. I didn't wear shoes when I fought. I didn't wear shoes when I did jiu-jitsu. So I'm kind of used to it to begin with. When I started professional wrestling, everybody told me, get boots, get shoes, you know, and I actually bought a pair of wrestling shoes. But then people were like, hey, get some boots, you know? So I was going to buy a pair of boots and I saw how much they cost. And I was like, they're like $600. I'm like, I'm not spending that much money on wrestling boots. And I was like, I got 2 good feet right here, and they never let me down, bro. So I was like, I'm like, and I started thinking about wrestling like this. I've noticed a lot of people spend lots of money investing in themselves to like better their characters or image. And I kind of went the opposite direction. When I saw everybody spending money on themselves, getting crazy costumes or doing this or painting their face, I was like, you know, I think I'm just going to wear flip-flops and like some shorts and come out there wearing a baseball cap. I go kind of like, you know, because I felt like everybody was trying so hard where I felt, well, maybe I shouldn't try at all. And now look, and I do enjoy wrestling barefoot. There's a certain level of skill that it takes because it's very difficult not to get hurt wrestling barefoot on concrete and metal and everywhere else around the building. So it keeps me on my toes, you know, it keeps me challenged. So, and I tell other people, it's why I don't wear knee pads either, or elbow pads or anything else, because I notice if I wear protection like that, I get a little reckless. I feel like I can get away with certain things, but when I don't wear shoes, knee pads, or elbow pads, and I know if I make a mistake, I'm going to break, I don't make mistakes. Now I can't wait for you to explain everything I said. It's my favorite part of the show.
No, but really, it was amazing. Because I heard a lot of crazy things. But this thing is amazing. I mean, you're not spending a lot of money just like wasting things.
And you've seen it before. You see everybody buy the flashy costumes, especially at the lower level. And it's like, you're at the lower level, do you need it? And then even when I got to the higher level, everybody's doing like a dance move or a pose or this. And I'm like, they're like, Riddle, what are you going to do? I'm like, I'm going to walk out there and kick my flip-flops off. And they're like, really? And then I did it, and they're like, that's amazing. And I was like, yeah. You know, I'm a firm believer in less is more.
Ooh, yes. I love it. Perfect. A ver, gente. No, me encanta tener a Riddle aquí. Wow, qué filosofía tan chida de vida. ¡Pum! Resulta que me está diciendo, o sea, le pregunté que por qué lo hacía descalzo, o sea, ¿por qué siempre anda descalzo por la vida? Hay muchas teorías y él me dijo, mira, básicamente yo desde que hacía jiu-jitsu me decían, cómprate botas, no sé qué, y las botas costaban $600, entonces él dijo, ni de loco voy a gastar $600 comprándome unas botas. Y luego ahora que empezó, o sea, ahorita que está en WWE, pues está como una onda de todo el mundo gasta muchísimo dinero en sus trajes y en sus zapatos y en no sé qué cosa, y él dijo, chanclas, yo voy a entrar en chanclas porque todo lo que usa la gente yo no lo voy a usar. Estas cantidades extrafalarias de dinero no lo voy a hacer. O sea, gorrito gorrito, shortcito, descalzo. Aparte de eso, él dice que aumenta sus habilidades. O sea, con este tipo de cosas, él cree fervientemente que menos es más. Eso está increíble, gente, por eso me encanta. Y aparte dice, mira, ahora que estamos en este nivel, o sea, que hay un nivel como, o sea, cuando estás abajo, pues ¿para qué vas a gastar mucho dinero en un coche? Y aunque esté en un nivel muy alto, yo no voy a gastar eso porque menos es más. Así que eso me encanta. Now, let's talk about WWE. Please, I want to know, did you ever think that you will be sharing the ring with Randy Orton?
Well, you know, I worked really hard and I figured eventually I would share the ring with them at some capacity, you know. People talk about vision boards where you like put stuff on paper and you visualize it because you want it really bad. A lot of people usually are like money, planes, whatever, maybe a job. I didn't have a piece of paper. I didn't actually cut it out or anything. But in my head, I had this vision board, and Randy he might not know this. He was a part of it. And I was like, I don't know how. I want to work with this guy. I need to make it happen one way or another. And I'll be honest, I heard this interview he said the other day that he didn't really like me when he first met me. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. He really didn't talk to me. But I felt like I put it out there, and I was always positive, and I always was just thinking to myself, like, you don't want to force anything in wrestling.
Yeah, of course.
So I was like, how do I slither my way next to the Viper, you know? And I got hit up after WrestleMania. They had some ideas for me. And one of them was maybe me and Randy go at it. But it was never WWE. I don't think ever thought we were going to tag. I think they were just like, you guys were going to fight, have a feud, Randy versus Riddle, you know? But then, you know, we started talking. Yeah. You know, some people think I'm really annoying, and I get it. I can be really annoying at times. But I'll tell you this, my whole life, people have either loved me or hated me. And I got a feeling Randy I think he loves me more than he hates me, at least at this moment. And I'm going to take full advantage of that. Yes, I'm excited. I saw this happening. RK Bro, Riddle, and Randy, Orton and Bro together. You can call us Broton, whatever. We are the future of the tag team division. We already, technically this past week, almost AJ, Elias, and Riker, they suffered a defeat to the hands of RK Bro and New Day. But if you want to get technical with it, even though they're my friends, Randy did RKO all New Day too. So technically we beat like everybody out there. So we were probably like the greatest tag team in professional wrestling today. And I mean, I'm not going to say it's a fact, like it's science, but it's pretty close.
Great. Love it. Visualizing amazing things in your career. That's the trick. That's the magic. That's great. Perfect. A ver, gente, pues yo le pregunté ahorita que si se visualiza, o sea, que si en algún momento había pensado que iba a estar con alguien como Randy Orton en el ring. Y me dijo, mira, la verdad es que no era de que Randy Orton, pero siempre pensé que iba a estar con alguien de ese calibre en el ring. Hay muchas personas que cuando hacen cuestión de visualizar cosas, piden que el coche, piden que el avión, piden que todo, y él no. Él siempre estaba visualizando que Randy Orton, o sea, todo esto, ¿no? Y entonces, él dice que para muchas personas puede ser medio molesto, pero para otras personas lo pueden amar. Entonces, dice que en este momento de la carrera que tiene ahora con Randy, él lo ama más de lo que lo odia, ¿ok? Entonces dice que después de WrestleMania, pues WWE no tenía escrito esto. Y entonces ahora son una nueva... O sea, dicen que está imponiendo hasta una nueva era. ¡Pum! Y todo esto por una cuestión de visualizar las cosas de lo que él quería, de una forma chida. Eso es lo que se tiene que hacer. Dice que no es una ciencia, pero que está bastante cerca de alcanzar el máximo triunfo con Randy Orton. So, now, how is the day with Randy Orton?
How was a day with Randy Orton? It's pretty, if I'm going to be honest, it's pretty magical. You know, we start off by listening to his entrance music when he comes to work. I usually play it for him when he walks into the building. And I'm just like, I'm hearing voices, you know, just jamming out. Then I usually open up the elevator and we go downstairs to the next floor because that's where our locker rooms are. I have a locker room where I sit with everybody else. And then Randy's a little VIP, so he kind of goes over to another locker room. But I understand, you know, like we need to get our minds right before the big game, you know, and we never know what's going to happen at the World Wrestling Entertainment. You know, you just never know what's going to happen. So that's how we usually start. Honestly, we're both similar. It's like we usually don't hit catering too hard unless we have an easy day. But usually we kind of skip catering, you know, unless there's something really tasty on the menu. You know, because we like to. I think we both have we both stay up late and get a little hungry at night. So I think that's where we both eat most of our food. But we don't hang out at night. Usually we're both home doing our own thing. But then the day continues. So now this is when we're like checking out, surveying the area, surveying the roster, seeing what's next. Randy a little more aggressive than me, looking around like a viper. Me looking around like a bro. You know, just checking it out, you know, seeing what's going on. Usually we play some games. We think of cool handshakes to do with each other. We've been working on new T-shirts lately, RK Bro T-shirts. Yeah, it's a thing. People get excited. You know, I'll be honest. Get the wallets out. You're gonna have to. We don't give them away. You're gonna have to buy one. But it's worth it. And then, you know, usually by the end of the night, we'll be sitting in the locker room together. We'll be all showered and changed. We'll jib-jab. We'll talk about life. We'll talk about each other. And usually most of the time, we just appreciate one another, you know? At least from my perspective. I appreciate Randy. And I'm pretty sure Randy appreciates me.
Oh, my God. Okay. Gente, la neta, yes, now is the time. Oh, thank you so much, Matt.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
A ver, gente, pues ahorita estábamos hablando de cómo era un día con Randy Orton y me dijo, mira, la verdad es que es un día mágico, básicamente, así lo describió. Desde que entran y se van al elevador, bueno, cada uno se va al vestidor que tiene porque Randy dice que es medio viejo, eso es más VIP, y que no se juntan hasta que ya es en la noche, después. Que él es mucho más relajado, por lo que estamos viendo, ¿no? Es mucho más relajado, pero que siempre es siempre es increíble trabajar con Randy Orton. Y ahora, por ejemplo, están trabajando los dos juntos en unas camisetas de los RK Bro. Entonces yo le dije, yo quiero una t-shirt de los RK Bro porque van a estar increíbles. Y dijo, yo estoy seguro que a la gente les va a encantar. Pero bueno, hay muchas cosas que tienen en similitudes a pesar de que su carácter no sea igual. O sea, en esta cuestión, por ejemplo, de que ellos tengan la misma visión, ¿no? De que antes de que entren al match, pues los dos están pensando y están viendo cómo va a estar el panorama, sintiéndose. Esta cuestión de la comida también tiene el mismo mindset. Entonces, comparten muchas cosas, aunque los dos sean completamente distintos. Y dice que llega ahora, hay una parte en el tiempo, que se valoran muchísimo el uno al otro. Y que él puede decir en este momento que sí, señoras y señores, que Randy lo valora y él también lo quiere. ¡Ay, qué bonito! Entonces, hablan mucho acerca de la vida y eso está bien cool. Se la pasan filosofando. Yo creo que con Matt Riddle, filosofar debe ser, con Riddle Bro debe ser una cosa increíble, la neta. And now I want to know, because it was amazing to have your I remember when you were the US champion. So do you want to be the US champion again? or are you done with that?
I'm definitely not done with that. I've never forgotten about Travito, and I never would forget about Travito. I think, just after WrestleMania, I'll be honest, Sheamus caught me with one heck of a brogue kick right to the face. My mouth was bleeding. And then I think I was still a little wobbly because the next night I challenged Bobby Lashley, asked basically, like, let's go, bro. And Bobby put some beats on me. So, I think after those two matches, I had to go home. I had to recharge the battery. I was like, I've been through a lot, and I think I bit off a little too much, not more than I could handle, but I think, Sheamus and Bobby back to back was just a little too much to handle. So I think the following week, I had to take it easy. And when I say take it easy, I faced the Viper, and which I didn't see happening, but at least I had a full week to recover from Bobby and Sheamus. And I think Randy underestimated me, and I was able to get the win. Also, I kind of forgot what you asked, and I kind of have a tendency to forget things. So if you want to ask me again, or maybe I answered it, I'm not sure.
Ok, perfecto. Bueno, gente, ¿se acuerdan? A mí me encantaba verlo como campeón de los Estados Unidos. Y me dijo, mira, la neta es que teniendo al grandote de Bobby Lashley, también con esta cuestión de todo lo que pasó con Sheamus, con lo que le pasó también de lo que estábamos viendo de su boquita, creo que fue un poco demasiado, o sea, un poquito demasiado, así. Pero que se fue a casita a recuperar y a decir, no, yo sí puedo, y de repente, ¡pum! Vale, le cae Randy Orton encima y las cosas comienzan a cambiar. Así que en este momento él no puede decir si sí va a ir por ahí o si no va, porque ahorita los planes se están consolidando de una forma mágica. Así que vamos a ver eso. And what title do you have in mind now?
Well, right now, I have the Tag Team Championships in mind. Right now, preferably the Raw Tag Team Championships. But me and Randy are not limited to just one Tag Team Championship title. Me and Randy are more than happy to win the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. I'll win the NXT Tag Team Championships, the Raw, and if they want to make a super new title to unify all those titles for us, we can do that as well. Because honestly, I see RK Bro being the future of tag team wrestling for at least the next year or so. Yeah, at least. I'm not going to say there won't be worthy adversaries, but, I don't think anybody can hang with our stuff. You got the Viper in there, you got the Bro in there, and you got a former UFC fighter and a legend killer in the ring with you. You got, Randy, who's super serious, and you got me, who's super funny and goofy. And I think the combination, we are a perfect yin and yang team. And I think where I lack, he makes up for it, and where he lacks, not that he does, I make up for it. And I think that's why I think we're going to be the future. Or, eventually Randy will turn on me. But I don't think he will. He really likes me. People don't realize it. He looks at me differently. I can see it.
Yes, and I have to confess that it's the first time for me that it's very surprising, this tag team. Because as you said, you're like, woo, and then there's another kind of thing. But that's why it's the magic.
It's magical. That's why it works. Opposites attract.
Exactly. Love it. Bueno, gente, ahorita estábamos hablando acerca de qué títulos tiene en mente. No les voy a decir la cantidad de títulos, pero los tiene todos para Randy y que para él no hay límites. O sea, no están limitados solamente a los títulos de pareja. Porque quieren y pueden ganar todos los títulos de SmackDown, de Raw, de NXT. O sea, básicamente con lo que ellos ven, así todo lo que pueden ver, esos son los que quieren, básicamente. Porque aparte dijo algo bien padre. La gente y muchos de ustedes pueden que no estén viendo a futuro, pero Randy y Riddle tienen una combinación perfecta porque son el yin y el yang. Así que lo van a conquistar todo. Y van a hacer magia. porque, claro, teniendo al Viper y al Bro, pues seguramente esto va a ser que es un ex campeón de leyenda, que es un ex campeón de UFC. La combinación no es fácil, gente. So, now, from a very young age, you have been training very hard in everything related with physical contact. Where does this passion for contact sports came from? Yeah.
Well, it didn't come from my family. My family's completely against combat sports or physical sports like that. They didn't want me playing anything like that. They didn't want me wrestling. But you know what? The love came from watching professional wrestling at a very young age because we didn't watch sports in my house, but my dad would occasionally throw on pro wrestling. And I mean, I think it's, I love it. And when I saw it first time, fell in love. I started fighting all my friends on the trampoline at their houses or my house. I was wrestling everybody. I was wrestling my mom. I was wrestling my dad. And then eventually everybody was so tired of me wrestling them and like hitting them with stuff. They go, you should actually wrestle. And I started wrestling in high school and stuff like that. And then the journey continued. And then I wrestled in high school, won states and nationals, wrestled in college, did jiu-jitsu, won world championships, national championships. But it all started off with this love of professional wrestling. That's where this, even going into the UFC. I wanted to do pro wrestling after college, but I just felt like I was too small. I wasn't big enough or strong enough to do it. But I knew in UFC and MMA there was weight classes. So I was like, I can find a spot for me there. And I did that for about 6 years. And it wasn't up until I was watching WrestleMania on the network for $9.99 at the time. Now we're on Peacock. Peacock, what's up? But I was watching it, and I saw guys like Dolph Ziggler and Daniel Bryan and others that were closer to my size. They weren't the giants of yesterday, and they were the stars of the show. And I was like, I think this is something I've wanted to do my whole life. I think I can do it. I think I can do it better. And I think this is my time. I feel like professional wrestling right now is blowing up. And it is. And it was, especially at that time. A couple of years ago when the network came out and everything, pro wrestling, not just from WWE, but a worldwide level, indie, everything just blew up and my life changed.
Okay. Pues miren, gente, básicamente que el amor acerca de los deportes de contacto, porque él es un super pro, lo sabemos de la UFC, viene desde que era niño, porque le gustaba a su familia. Y dice que la primera vez que vio, por ejemplo, el wrestling, pues se murió de amor. O sea, dijo, no lo puedo creer. A él le encantaba. O sea, y desde niño estuvo en cualquier deporte de contacto, fue también a lucha en la escuela porque le encantaba. O sea, todo lo que tenía relacionado con la lucha, a él le fascinaba. Pero llegó un momento en el que vio un show y dijo, espérate, WWE me va a cambiar la vida y yo les voy a cambiar la vida a ellos, porque bueno, después de estar en Jiu-Jitsu y en los nacionales y todo, dijo, es momento de entrar a las grandes ligas. Ok, UFC, ok, estuvo bueno, ok, la pasé muy bien, pero ahora me voy a enfocar allá y espérense porque lo que yo voy a dar no lo va a dar nadie más. La MMA está bueno, estuvo 6 años y lo que sea, pero ahora voy a brillar. Y ¡pum! Gente, ahora lo tenemos y no sabemos de lo que es capaz. Bueno, yo sí sé, y todos lo sabemos también, ¿verdad? Pero la va a romper y la sigue rompiendo. So, what was it? I want to know, you were living in Pennsylvania, right?
I was living in Pennsylvania.
So, how was it?
How was it?
Yeah.
It was good. I was born in Pennsylvania. I was born in Allentown, Pennsylvania, kind of like the Usos, Billy Kidman. I can keep going on. There's a bunch of legends from that city. I didn't even know I was born into a city of great wrestling. It just happened. But I was born in Allentown, Pennsylvania. I moved up to upstate New York. I lived there. But then I came back to college, wrestled there. My whole not my immediate family, but the rest of my family's from Pennsylvania. So I enjoyed it. I went there every summer growing up, and the wrestling at an amateur level was really good, so I'd go there every summer to train with really good wrestlers and college wrestlers and stuff like that. And yeah, I mean, Pennsylvania compared to Florida doesn't seem like the funnest place to be, but for somebody like me who likes to fight and wrestle and get some snow occasionally. It is a little cold. It's cold in Pennsylvania, but
Okay.
it's not cold in Florida. So yeah, so there was that, but I enjoyed my time in Pennsylvania a lot.
Ok, bueno, Kento, pues él creció en Pensilvania y le dije, ¿cómo fue la cosa? Me dijo, mira, no es el mejor lugar si tú quieres ser luchador, ¿verdad? Pero, pues están bien las cosas. O sea, él se puso a entrenar un montón, aunque fuera allá, no es como Florida, nos dijo, no es como Florida, pero están bien las cosas. La única cosa también aquí es que hace un montón de frío. Pero si le echas ganas y le pones el ímpetu que yo tengo, pues las cosas van a salir chidas. And who was the superstar that inspired you the most?
I get this question a lot, and usually the answer is RVD. He has inspired me a lot. But I would say this, I couldn't say RVD did it by himself. I would say it was a combination of certain types of workers, certain people like, say, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Kurt Angle. I usually list off those names, but I'm really big into people like Ric Flair, like people that when they work.
Yes.
I don't like watching something that's halved. They didn't put 100% into it. And when I watch those guys work, I know, just like I know when I go out there, I put 100% into it, and I know the fans over time appreciate it. Even right now, they appreciate it. But that's why, like, people always wonder, why do certain people become legends? Why do certain people become, like, why are they remembered? And I'm like, because they're consistent. Their work is consistent. They're good, and they bring it every time. There's a reason why certain management likes me and like them as well, because they bring it every time. They're dependable, and we do our jobs well. So,
Hey. Miren, gente, pues acá de las superestrellas que lo inspiraron, básicamente me dijo que, bueno, se lo preguntan Shawn Michaels, Kurt Angle, pero porque son Ric Flair también, pero porque son personas que lo han inspirado y que cuando tienen que trabajar, o sea, tienen que trabajar. Básicamente que se ponen las pilas cuando se tienen que poner las pilas. Y son personas enfocadas que han logrado lo que quieren. Entonces, resumiendo todo esto, esas son algunas de las superestrellas que mencionó. And who is your role model in life?
what's that?
Your role model in life?
Role model. I think my whole life, I don't think I've ever had a role model. And I know that sounds weird, but like I remember even when I was a kid, like people would ask me, who's my role model? Who do you look up to? And I'm like, no one. And not that I don't like anybody, but I think I know enough about people that I know nobody's perfect. And I don't think I want to be like anybody else. I want to be like me. I want to make, I want to make my own mistakes. I want to make my own choices. I want to make the right choices, and I want to be me. So I don't think I've ever had a role model. I've always just tried to figure out how can I be the best version of myself, because that's how I'm gonna get what I want.
Ok, qué bonita respuesta. Great answer. Ok. Great mindset as well. Philosophy of life. I love it. Pues miren, yo le pregunté que quién era su modelo a seguir y me dijo, yo no tengo morra. O sea, a mí esta cuestión, y no es por ser mala onda, pero a mí esta cuestión como de estar siguiendo o sea, persiguiendo a alguien, no. Prefiero ser yo mismo y que mi role model sea yo. ¿Ok? Ah, gente, se me olvidó decirles algo muy importante. RBD también fue una de sus superestrellas favoritas, lo siento, ya llegó. Entonces, now, something we all would like to know. Which is your dream match?
Oh, dream match. That's a hard one. That's a hard one because there's a lot of matches out there that I would love to have, and I feel like right now I'm in like already dreamlike scenarios, like wrestling AJ and Randy and tagging with them and stuff. But I would say there's one match I haven't given. Well, there's two matches I really want. Two dream matches right now. Because I know some matches won't happen because some people are big babies and won't take a match with me. I won't mention names, but you two older gentlemen know who you are. But if I had to pick anybody, I can't pick anybody. I had to pick two. It's Edge and Daniel Bryan. Two stallions, two hard-hitting bros, and I know they want a piece, and I want a piece, and they know if we get in the ring together, me or Daniel or me or Edge, we will make magic. And yeah, it just I don't see how that could go wrong because I think we all bring it. I know me and Daniel Bryan especially. I know like when we were in the Royal Rumble, I made sure to find him when I could and give him some. You know, because he's Daniel Bryan, he's DB, and I knew if I don't know how many times I'm gonna be able to get in the ring with him. You know, so I knew if I was gonna get, I knew he was gonna be in the Rumble. I'm putting my hands on him, and I did. So, but if I had a choice, if those two guys right now, dream matches right now in WWE for me, it'd either be Edge or Daniel Bryan. Almost, you see, like I said, I forget stuff all the time. But like I said, if those two other guys ever want to get off their high horse and come see me at WWE, which I'm on the main roster now. I'm on pay-per-views all the time. So if they want to come find me, it's not hard. I'll be in the men's locker room with all the other male talent, unlike, you know, where you'll probably be sitting in your own locker room by yourself with catering, whatever.
Okay. Uy, gente, cuánta cosa aquí que nos está diciendo, pero lo voy a resumir para que ya nos pasemos a las preguntas de ustedes. Básicamente aquí que el Dream Match, ¿no? Y me dijo, bueno, hay varios que pregunto tan difícil, pero Edge y Daniel Bryan. Y yo estoy seguro que si me encuentro a Daniel Bryan en un Royal Rumble, le voy a dar un poquito de lo que yo tengo para que tome, le alcance y le sobre. Así, básicamente. Entonces, qué buenos escogió. And now, let's look some questions from fans. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Perfect. A ver. So I want to know, what do you think this one? What do you think about Angel Garza?
Angel Garza is a stallion. I mean, he did like kick a rose into Gulag's butt the other day, but hey, probably because he was smelling a little funky. No disrespect, Gulag, catch point for life. But yeah, I personally, I'm a huge fan of Angel Garza. He makes me smile, you know, and I believe even if he does stuff that's not the nicest in the ring, he's probably one of the nicest people outside the ring you'll ever meet, and he's a very hard worker. So I really appreciate him. I do. He's a nice guy.
Ok, dice que lo aprecia muchísimo Ángel Garza, que es un gran tipo, que tiene muchísimo talento, y que bueno, esta cuestión de la flor pues lo vamos a dejar de ladito, pero que es una gran persona. And now, another one. So, sorry, let me check this. What about... Oh, it's a lot of it. Something in Spanish.
Do I know anything in Spanish?
Yes. Do you know something in Spanish?
Mi amo.
¿Sí?
Mateo. Riddle. Agua. I'm thirsty. I don't know. Water.
Tengo sed.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I think I did some numbers.
Okay.
You know. So I think that's it though. I don't want to accidentally. My friends, Damian Priest taught me some words in Spanish, but I don't think they're appropriate for the bum. I don't know if they are. They could be, but I don't know. I don't want to say them. So
Okay, so is your friend Damian Priest?
yes, he's one of my close buddies. He's one of the best people I know, and I'm so happy for him. I saw his documentary on the Peacock, and I've been here with him from day one, and I'm just very proud of him, and I know he's proud of me, and it's just awesome to be like side by side with each other, seeing us. We were both on WrestleMania together this year. It's crazy, so it's just awesome.
Perfecto, bueno, gente, pues resulta que dentro de todo esto es muy buen amigo de Damian Priest también. Entonces, y ya saben que sabe decir un par de palabritas que le ha enseñado Damian Priest. Y ya está, chido. And now, what about a tag team with RBD?
Well, if the Viper turns his back on me and leaves me high and dry, I think I can always call my bro RVD. And yeah, I mean, that team, you don't even need a storyline. It writes itself, you know? Yeah, the bro and RVD, yeah, it's something we've wanted to do for a while. We wanted to work more even before WWE, but, you know, the money's got to be right, you know, to get RVD out of bed. So, but they got, yeah, I would love it. I mean, I'm still with Randy, so I don't want to be thinking ahead.
Yeah.
Because I'm with Randy now, and I want Randy to know that. I care about you, Randy. I'm not looking anywhere else. That's the question. But yeah, if I could tag with RVD, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
I think we got a couple different names. I think we call us the whole freaking bros or something like that. It was good. RVD is better with the names than me. I just put bro on stuff. That's all I do.
Perfecto.
So, yeah, perfecto indeed.
Pues es una persona muy leal. O sea, dijo, Randy, no te preocupes, yo ahorita no voy a hacer con RBD nada porque estoy contigo, pero estaría cool. Solo ahorita me voy a enfocar en lo que tengo enfrente, que es Randy Orton, y ya está. So, thank you so much, bro.
Hey, thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you for letting Riddle, the original bro, tag partners of Randy Orton, the Viper, the Legend Killer, the Apex Predator, now known as RK Bro. I mean, Randy's not here, but I can tell what he's feeling and what he's thinking. And me and Randy just want to say thank you from the bottoms of our heart for having us on the show. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
And you should know that all Latin America, all the fans in Latin America, we love you so much, Madrid.
Oh,
really,
thank you. I love you all so much too.
I love your style.